Hey, what up, fam? I've been taking a little hiatus from making some videos. I did go on some walks, but not as many walks this past week because one of the reasons is life is busy. We had a change in schedule with the kids' summer camp and drop off, so that means I had to change up my system. The wife had a bunch of stuff for work. It was a busy week for her this week. She had to go in every day, so I really didn't get a bunch of walks in. However, I've also been practicing this idea of removing certain aspects of capitalism from my life. I cannot remove capitalism from my life completely. It is a governing reality of this world, regardless of the political orientation of the country. Money is running the world to a large degree, especially in the US. But this idea of capitalism, it's not just a tool of financial and economic management. It is an ideology. And there's a lot of back and forth over social media and public discourse about the woes, the wrongs, the stigma, the trash, the stress, right? The oppression of capitalism. I said stress, trash, right? And then you got other people arguing that this is good. Look at all that we have, right? We would have had things with other ideologies and tools of economic management. But the other reality is there's this trend within capitalism, right? Where your hobby becomes a way to make money. Everything becomes about a dollar. You want to help people who are in bad situations? Well, we got to figure out a way to incentivize them, right? You want to get people to take a vaccine? Well, we got to throw money at them, right? Which didn't work, by the way. You want people to obey the law? Well, we're going to fine them when they break minor infractions, right? And send them to court and charge them even more. Everything costs money. Everything is generated on money. You want to change your socioeconomic status, right? Make more money, right? Optimize and monetize your hobbies. I love this, right? If I ever started doing some more on this YouTube channel, which I will be, and it's monetized, that's cool. But this is not really for the sole purpose of financial gains. I do this because I enjoy it. I do this because it helps me to overcome perfectionism. I do this because mental health is really important, and that's my work. So what I see a lot of times is that people aren't really fully understanding that. Hey, brother. So I went, because that brother was getting it. That brother looked like one of the Kenyans who'd be running the Boston Marathon. That brother was short and in shape and ripped, and he was trucking, man. And I heard his little mile thing. He was on like mile like 8 or something. Like that man was doing it. That man was doing it. Okay, look, let's pause for a moment, right? Because I was over here talking about capitalism. That's a really good mindset. It's a really good ideology, or a really good moment, I should say, teachable moment. So this other brother passed me. To me, if I'm judging like his phenotypes, he doesn't look like he was a black American who's descended from enslaved Africans like me. He looks like he might have immigrated here based on like some of his phenotypes. I could be wrong, right? Also, this brother had on good running gear, right? He was moving. That running gear costs money. I'm looking at the time that he's put in on his gait, right? The way that his style looked when he was running. He knew what he was doing. I could sit here and get envious and think about what can I do to become like that, right? To a degree, that's not bad. To a degree, it's not a bad thing to look at someone else and say, I like how they're moving. How can I learn from that and make some adjustments to my life? That's a healthy way of comparison, right? As opposed to an unhealthy way of comparison. It's like, gosh, man, he's so much better than me. I need to be just like him. I need to do all this stuff, right? That fear of missing out, that need and drive to compete, it's one of the things that fuels capitalism. It's one of the reasons why it's such a resilient tool of societal management, and how it comes off as just a tool of economic management, right? So think about the fact of monetizing hobbies. I went on 2 walks last week. One was a long walk like this one. This is an 8-mile walk. And I'm on mile 4 right now, this 8-mile walk. But I didn't make a video because I need time to just think to myself, to just enjoy the walks without pulling up my phone and trying to put a pressure on myself. Because part of this YouTube channel for me, which is why my little thumbnails look so crazy, was getting over perfectionism, getting over people pleasing, right? Yeah. I had a few homeboys with my wife who said something about the thumbnails, and that's cool, that's fine. I don't care what they look like, right? Well, I do care, but I'm trying not to care because that's not why I'm making them. I'm just making the videos, talking about the aspects of my life, about the things that I have learned about my profession, and I throw them out here, and it's helpful for me. And I've had people reach out to me, and it's been helpful for some other folks as well. If there's any monetary gain out of it, that's cool, but that's not why this happens. Capitalism will make everything that you do about $1. And when everything you do becomes about $1, who are you? You don't know. You don't know. And we all hit these points in our life where we want to understand who we are. And we want to compare that to our previous understandings of ourselves. You hit that like quarter life crisis in your mid-20s because you're thinking about your projections and your expectations of adulthood when you were a kid and how that aligns for where you are at that point in time and the trajectory you see. Right around my age, I'm 40, we start hitting another one, right? And it's because we start comparing these other ideas of life and expectations and where we should be. So all I'm saying here is capitalism is very real. It's more than just an economic tool of management, but be wary about turning your hobbies into monetary tools, right? Into tools to drive income for yourself. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. It's your own life. Live your life. Your life, not my life, not your mom's life, not your daddy's life, not your brother's life, your sister's life, your best friend's life, your life. But you got to understand what that means. What is the best life for you? Whoo! I bet it ain't just about having stuff. Come on, y'all, keep walking.